We've got a question from Julie in New York, New York. Julie writes, I have an 8-year-old daughter who lately has been asking to go online and access social media. She saw a news report on TV about online predators contacting young kids for naked photos, and she was completely freaked out. After that, we watched a few other informative videos on the topic. She now wants nothing to do with social media. I feel like it's a parenting win, but my husband thinks using scare tactics is wrong. What do you think? Truth Team, what say you?
Go mom.
Go mom.
I'm cool with it because of this. Fear tactics really do enact behavioral change. It's scientific.
Yes.
People don't respond when you tell them about just the positives. They respond when they think about what they're gonna lose, what bad things can happen to them. That has been proven over decades of research. Why is it appropriate for this 8-year-old? 8-year-olds are very concrete in their thinking. They're not gonna be able to appreciate the grays that not all social media is bad. So I believe in this phase of this daughter's life, it's okay that she's more over scared than being extra permissive and saying, yeah, sure, I'm gonna have all these accounts.
Agree.
All things I want to do.
Agree.
And I agree with that. I think the only time that I wouldn't agree with scare tactics is when we present something that's false information, lying to our kids when it's like, you know, if you do this, someone's going to come and get you, or, you know, things like that where you're setting up with fear and then they turn 17 and then you're like, Mom, you were lying to me all this time. And then they find out the truth and then they go the different direction. So I think that's the only time that I wouldn't disagree with scare tactics.
There's a fine line between helping our children be aware and helping our children be afraid. And I think she crossed that fine line, but it's easy to do. But it's for all the reasons that you just said.
You think
our children are so smart. Listen, why doesn't she queue up some videos on STDs and date rape? I mean, at what point do you start saying this 8-year-old doesn't need that much knowledge?
Okay, we'll get to that one next week.
She's not doing that right now.
But she's 8 years old and she's talking to her about, we're not talking, we should all talk to our kids about these things. And I agree, at 8 years old, they're 12 these days.
Yes.
But I think that there's a line between helping them become aware, but saying, but sweetheart, because she's gonna be like, hold up. Social media, grandma's on social media and dad's on she's teaching them as if it's this huge hellhole and you've dodged a bullet. And that, when we do things like that, it backfires eventually. It's like when we teach our children, sex is bad, sex is bad, sex is bad. And then what happens one day is they get into a relationship or they get married and there's sexual problems because, oh, hold up, I've been told my whole life this is terrible.
Is bad.
And so we can't tell these kids that social media is terrible. We need to say to them that just like the mall, just like the movie theater, there's some good people and there's some bad people.
And to good actions,
let me ask you a question. Do you think that an 8-year-old can actually make that fine line decision about what types of social media contacts are bad and
I
what
don't
types
understand
are good?
why this 8-year-old thought she had an option to be on social media. Even Facebook says don't get on until you're 13. I think what's missing is this mom isn't creating this sense of managing expectations. My kids know, don't ask me about a phone until you're 12 or 13 and that'll determine your maturity. Don't ask me about dating until you're 16 and you can start going to dances when you're 14.
But here's part of the problem too, is that social media is sometimes hidden, meaning that when you play a game that's designed for an 8-year-old, there is an online multiplayer component and then there's a chat box. So, you know, I feel like sometimes it's a little subtle. It's not really, for example, getting a Facebook account. So what would you do? Because I know you have kids ranging from 6 to 28. So what have you done for your children, especially as social media has become more prevalent, for your younger ones, especially now that social media is becoming more and more prevalent?
Yes, so first of all, privacy is not a right for children, in my opinion. That is not something you get as a child. I'm gonna be up in your business all day long. You know, in the old days, you know, we wouldn't let friends come over unless we approved of them. And my dad and mom would always tell me, don't close the bedroom door, no girls in your room, all those rules. Well, we have to still do that. We just have to do that in our social media. I wanna know your login, I wanna know your password. I may or may not have software on my phones that allows me to see what my kids are texting. Just saying, in case they're watching.
Yeah, you have trackers?
I do have trackers.
Yes,
that comes with the service now. You wouldn't leave your front door open and let anybody wander in. You should not allow your children to sit on social media and let anybody wander into their lives. Period. Should not.